Hey everybody, welcome to the September edition of the Zipline. I've got 3 very important things for you. First, this Wednesday, September 3rd, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 Mountain, we're going to be talking with Larry Osborne about politics and the church and the 2020 election. Still time to register. Click on the link below and get in on that. We're going to be talking about, hey, what should you say as a pastor about politics? I mean, when do you go too far? Do you say nothing when you have Democrats and Republicans at each other's throats on social media in your church? What do you do with all that stuff? And so we're gonna get a chance to hear what Larry does and what he's doing, and we'll have a chance for questions too. Certainly, like, we'll have the chat box and you can engage and it'll be great. So that's this Wednesday. Second thing, we've released another podcast. And this one's with Andrew Hoffman. He's the director of church multiplication for EFCA. And it is about church planting and the Reach network that we have kicked off. I'm really excited about this. The districts of EFCA have come together like never before to develop systems of assessment, coaching, training, and a lot of cross-pollinations going on. And Andrew's just an awesome guy to listen to anyway. We have a great conversation. So a lot of people think, what can I do to help plant a church? And the answer is, no matter where your church is at, you can do something to plant, even now in the season of COVID. So I want you to listen to that, and please subscribe to our podcast too. You can do that on Apple Podcast or on the Podbean site that we have, and then tell people about it. Say, hey, whether inside EFCA or outside, we just want to be able to help add value as much as possible. And that leads me to the third thing. I'm going quick. And that is this. I want to say thank you so much for your generous support of EFCA West. Those of you who have been and your churches have been contributing. It does not go unnoticed. And I really mean that. I thank you so much, because I'll tell you something. I came into this denomination in 2005. I was kind of a non-denominational guy. And it is not lost on me when I stepped into this position that our responsibility as a district is to add value to you, to your church, as much as possible by what we do. In fact, when we ask ourselves, what is success for EFCA West? What do we hope to see? It really is what Luke said that they saw in Acts chapter 16, verse 5, where it says, and the churches were strengthened and increased in number daily. How great is that? That's what we want to see. But we know we're not the church. You guys are the church. So what is our role? Well, we see it in really as simply this, as helping our churches fulfill the mission of God in their communities. And there's 3 strategic ways that we do that. First of all, by strengthening the leadership community, helping elders and staff just get healthy. That's why Bob Osborne's on our staff. And his favorite phrase is this, ready? Clarity is our friend. I don't know about you, but most of the time that's the thing that I lack. Bob will help you get there, and he's helped so many churches through assessments of health, and we do it through coaching and consulting and even credentialing as part of adding strength to our leadership. The second thing we do is we help churches multiply. As I said before, we're developing these systems, and that's what our podcast is all about. In fact, we brought on Dean Maeda from Nova Church, and he is working with at least 5 churches, church plants on the ground right now in the middle of COVID, planting churches. You're going to hear more about that and the exciting things that are happening, the creative ways that EFCA West is planting churches. That's the second. We come alongside churches and help you multiply. That's the first word in our mission statement, multiplying. Transformational churches among all people. And that's the third thing that we do. We help churches reach all the people around them. Our communities are changing. It's not about losing who you are. It's about looking around at who's there, who just moved in across the street or down the block, and how do we know how to reach them? And that's where I've just got to brag on Alex Rivero. That guy is doing an unbelievable job of working with so many different churches. He started the Reach All People cohort and doing more and more consulting with our churches to try to figure out how they can actually be doing the work that they started out with at the beginning. And that is just reaching the people in their community. So again, when you give and you support EFCA West, you're helping make that happen. And that is, again, it's not lost on me. Finally, it is an honor for me to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. And no one knows the battles that you fight in secret. No one knows the weight that you're carrying, but I appreciate you, and it's probably harder than you ever thought it would be. And I just want to encourage you to stand strong and to hang in there. You're doing amazing work, especially now, holding the line and standing strong, not quitting, not giving up, and acting as it says in 2 Timothy, as Paul says, like a good soldier of Christ Jesus. What is that? What does a good soldier do? They share in the sufferings. And that's hard sometimes, but I want to read you this verse out of 2 Corinthians, and then I'll be done. For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison, as we look not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Hey, God bless. Check out all the other things we have to offer in our Zipline this month. Please reach out to us anytime. I'm coming after you, by the way. If I haven't had a chance to come visit you yet, you're on the list. So look out. I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I hope to see you on Wednesday. God bless.